he saw that I was working at a dollar store, and he was like, "Man, I don't want you to be working at no dollar store." So, he get on BeatStars, and I quit that job, and I was at Eastfield Community College and doing BeatStars for a little bit, but eventually I ended up doing BeatStars full time.
Peace, what's going down? It's DJ Payne1 for beatstars.com in the spot with Rocktee, a guy who's really found a lot of success recently, both in the industry and on the online leasing sphere. So what's going down, sir?
Hey man, it's going good, man. Thank you for having me on here. It's a blessing.
First things first, how long you been producing?
I've been producing for about 8 years now.
Okay, that's a good amount of time. What DAW do you use?
I use FL Studio 11, and I use FL 20 sometimes whenever I get a little bit tired, uninspired. I want to try something new, so I'll just go to the other one to kind of expand on their different ideas.
And you've been doing that for the last 8 years. You haven't switched.
Yeah, I tried Ableton once, but it just got really confusing, and I just went back to FL.
What are some of your favorite VSTs or kits to use?
I for sure use that damn that hurt volume 2. I use that especially for my boom bap, like anything that's old school. I definitely like for vibes. I go to that kit for sure. Like all of my Tupac type beats and all that. But I'd say for the most part, my favorite thing to use is like Omnisphere, man. Like I got the Keyscape. And I got the full version of Omnisphere, so I got Keyscape Creative too. So it really helps me out, like when I'm experimenting and just messing around with anything on there, coming up with new stuff.
Well, I appreciate the plug. Volume 3 coming soon.
Alright.
I'll have to send you a copy of that. So I've read a million comments. Maybe not a million, I'm exaggerating, but nearly. I've read quite a few from the naysayers that literally read "big artists don't want type beats." But you uploaded a Joyner Lucas type beat that Joyner Lucas ended up buying. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was an Eminem Joyner Lucas type beat, and the song that they have, I think it's called "Lucky You" together. I just took the video of that, put it on there, just looped the like quick 6 seconds of it, and added the beat on top of it. And I called it an Eminem Joyner Lucas type beat, and like it only had 800 views when he DM'd me on Instagram and told me to take it down and send it to him.
Okay, he DM'd you himself.
Yeah, on Instagram. It was like in the morning. I just woke up and I saw the message and I was really surprised. I didn't really expect it, to be honest.
That's interesting because I interviewed Concept P, and the beat that became one of Tekashi's big hits was a beat that he uploaded to BeatStars on YouTube. And that as well had under 1,000 views, and that still ended up being a single. So, a lot of people, producers especially who are just starting out in the online game, say that if you're not getting, or they believe that if you're not getting, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of views on your YouTube videos, that you're not finding any kind of success in that world.
Yeah, I noticed that there's a fine line between that where, people wouldn't really expect someone online to be making, major placements. And it's just a big blessing. It's the new world now. It's the internet, very, very thankful for it. Everybody should take advantage of it as much as possible.
So Joyner Lucas DMs you, tells you to take the beat down and send it to him. And then you did that right away?
Yeah, I did it right away. And right after that, it was maybe a few days later, he said to send the track out. And he said that Boy Wonder or Timbaland was going to touch it up, and he was going to see which producer touched it up to his liking the most, and then he was going to choose it that way. And after that, a few weeks went by, and then he messaged me saying, "What's your number?" so he could get the paperwork squared away. And, I just hit up my lawyer, got that situated, and that's really how it worked out. Like it happened back in March I don't know the exact, it was early March for sure, but I don't know the exact date, but that was when he messaged me about this whole placement.
Okay, you said something really important. You already had a lawyer at this point that you were in contact with before he hit you with the paperwork.
Yes.
And did he send it himself, or was it his label or management?
It was his manager. He just asked me for my phone number, and I just gave him my lawyer's number because I've in the past I had a situation where I just didn't have a lawyer, and then I learned from that situation. So God probably made that happen so that for when this happened, I actually have like protection for something this big.
Is that something you can talk about?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like it was I don't know if you're familiar with like Euro Got It, Lil Baby.
Yep.
Yeah, I made the song Posse and I produced that record and I produced basically a whole project for them. And what happened was, I they flew me out. I met them at South by Southwest a few months before that record got placed last year. And when we met, it was cool. They flew me out after that, and we I got in the studio with them and they were saying, yeah, we're gonna pay you for this and all that. But it just when they released it, they said, yeah, we're gonna pay you when it releases, but they never did. And I just kept waiting for a long time, like, oh, like when are they gonna pay me? So I had somebody recommend me a lawyer because I didn't have a lawyer at the time. I was just working at Academy, folding shirts. This was all happened right after I quit my job a year ago because I just quit my job a year ago doing this too. So like that was when it all happened. And yeah, that's really how it all added up. Somebody referred me to a lawyer and that it got situated though.
Okay, so everything's all good between you and Euro Got It.
I didn't take nothing personal. I didn't even say anything personal to them either. So like I hope like they wouldn't take this personal because that's really how it happened. Like
Yeah.
I made the work of the music and then they kept telling me, yeah, we're gonna pay you, but they just never did until I got a lawyer. So like I just really wanted to keep it honest, every step of the way so that people can understand like the realness of what it's really like, coming up.
Yeah, I mean, we're creatives, and the last thing on our minds and the last thing on our list of priorities is handling business a lot of the time. So, and I tell producers all the time, just like you want to maintain, as a producer, you want to maintain a good relationship with other artists. You don't want to be the guy sending angry texts to people.
Yeah, like I didn't even like they were like a little bit like on the like their energy got really really up whenever that happened, but me, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just let the lawyer handle it because like I don't want to be someone who, like says the wrong thing. I don't want to like, you're throwing gas into a fire, you ain't trying to do that. So I was just like, nah, I'm gonna just let it be and just have faith. That's really the best thing to do.
So, was that your first major placement? The you all got it in Little Baby. Did you have placements before then?
That was really my first one. The one before that though, it was Euro Got It in Gunna because they got him featured. They paid for the features for them to get on the songs, and they used my beat. And I'll openly accept that. So again, but the way I met Euro Got It was through YouTube and BeatStars. That's how he found me. He leased the beat off me. So it all led to still eventually them getting that whole project together. So yeah, it's really how it was.
Okay, so let's rewind then. So, how long have you been licensing beats online?
I'd say for about like a year and a half, because I really didn't get a BeatStars until like, but it was like a year ago when I started working at Academy. Yeah, I was there. I was working a part-time job and doing BeatStars at the same time. So it was like a year ago. I was really like, a year and a half ago, I was really like leasing beats to people, and it wasn't really major at first. Now it's a little bit more now for sure, but a while when I first started, hell no, it was a little bit, kind of weird. Nobody was hitting me up, but it was all good.
And within what, half a year, you said you were able to quit your job?
Yeah, like a year and a half basically. Like I just quit my job. Like last year around this time, I like literally just left my job and was we were just about to come out with the Euro Got It and Lil Baby record. It didn't really come out till July 13th, but it was made in May. So like around this time last year, I just quit my job and I was just leasing beats online. And I still live with my mom right now, but I'm just saving up. Like I'm not spending any of the bread. Like saving up. Like I just want to keep it that way. And that's just really how I'm moving right now.
So, what made you join BeatStars and use that as your primary licensing platform?
It was a recommendation through Lone Star Music.
Okay, shout out to Lone Star Music.
Yeah, he lives right up the street from me, by the way, too. Like he lives really, really close to me. The way I met him was through my cousins. They used to work at UPS together, and he eventually he saw that I was working at a dollar store, and he was like, "Man, I don't want you to be working at no dollar store." So, he get on BeatStars, and I quit that job, and I was at Eastfield Community College and doing BeatStars for a little bit, but I quit Eastfield, then went to Academy. So I was still doing BeatStars like part time all along, but then eventually I ended up doing BeatStars full time.
Damn, you've had a lot of changes in the last year and a half. It's been a crazy last year and a half for you.
Yeah.
So you use YouTube as a way to direct potential customers to your BeatStars page. What other sources of traffic do you use?
I mainly use YouTube, and I was posting on my Instagram type beats for a while, but I noticed I upload way too many videos, like, because I upload 3 to 5 a day. Like,
Mm.
I'm really trying to be the YouTuber with the most YouTube videos type beats on there. Like, I understand like some people want to do quality over quantity, but me, like, ever since I've been moving this way, that's when like all these rappers been hitting me up because I have so much content, and like I'm home all day. I can make all types of stuff. You know, it doesn't even have to be just necessarily one beat. So I'm just doing it like that, just uploading 3 to 5 a day, going crazy.
Okay, so when you started making more beats and finishing more beats, did you notice that you were making better beats? Did you notice that you were using the program more efficiently? Because that's a conversation that's happening right now in the producer community.
That is for sure what happened. I just noticed, I learned ultimately that me quitting all of the stuff like the jobs and community college and all that, me just taking the risk and just believing in myself and like doing all of that, it helped me get better like at what I do, because I spent a lot most of my time, my daily routine was my music. So like that's what ultimately is gonna make things better.
You are uploading a lot on YouTube, and it looks like you've been doing that for a couple of years. But now lately, like you said, at least I think on average one a day, if not more. And you're inching towards 20,000 subscribers, and your videos are getting a couple thousand views on average. Now, some producers on the outside looking in will look at your YouTube numbers. They look at my YouTube numbers and think the same thing too, and think they're pretty low. But you've been making a living licensing beats online with these numbers. I mean, both of us have. So what's the key strategy for you to use your online platforms to generate actual sales?
It's to really just flood. It's flood. You gotta flood worse than any flood like you could think of. Like you gotta upload more. I just think that way. Like I gotta have more videos than any of these other producers out here. Like I just look at like other producers like Cash Money AP, and I saw he had like 400 and something videos, and I was like, all right, like I love Cash Money AP. I listen to his page for inspiration, but I want to get past the amount that's on YouTube. I want to be like 5,000 videos, because I watch other channels like PewDiePie, but they have a whole bunch of videos and they have a whole bunch of subscribers, and I'm beginning to understand that maybe it's because they have a whole bunch of content that people love to go to. So like instead of me just focusing so much on what people think, just focus on my work and zero in and just let whoever likes it like it, and that's how it's going to play out. Like just like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are looking at Cash Money AP and looking at his work ethic and his output and just thinking, "Damn, how I can't do that." Either that, or they're thinking, "All right, I gotta outwork him." He's kind of the guy to outwork, and you're actually, And I looked at it the same way because I started making and uploading a beat a day, and things definitely changed for me. But I don't know, 3 to 5 a day. So now it's you. Now I got to beat Rocktee. So
No,
any producer watching this that used to think their rival for productivity was AP. Now it's Rocktee. Okay, so do you use any SEO tools like TubeBuddy or vidIQ on your YouTube channel?
for sure. I use the vidIQ. Shout out Lone Star Music. He came through. I remember he said, "Hey, little bro, this is vidIQ. Just copy the hashtags and put them on your video, and watch the people start pulling up." And it started working for real. I didn't believe it at first. I was like, "Nah, that ain't gonna work." But then I did it,
Mm.
and for that Joyner Lucas record, like for that song, I got the hashtags from the most viewed Joyner Lucas type beat, and then I went to the most viewed Joyner Lucas video and took those hashtags and put it in the description. Like I just flooded it, and maybe that could have been a reason. I don't know. Like YouTube's algorithms is crazy.
So was it actual hashtags or was it keywords?
It was just hashtags that they have on, like when you have the vidIQ on and you scroll down, they have the hashtags and everything pop up on the side of the screen. I just took the hashtags from there. I didn't really go into specific keywords. I just copied and pasted the tags in the description, and yeah, there's a certain amount of hashtags you could put into YouTube, but like until it gets filled up, I'll just start in the description, just put in random ones. Just going crazy.
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't heard that strategy because I know you can add up to 3 hashtags that YouTube will display, and you're saying you're using more than that.
Yeah, I'm trying to just in the description, even flood the description, like just because maybe that could help. I don't know. Like that's really how I've been doing it this whole time.
I mean, I'll talk to 5 different people and they'll have 5 different ways to hack the YouTube algorithm. I don't think anybody really knows what's going on with it.
It's crazy.
Okay, so have you ever run or do you run paid marketing campaigns for your beats, either with AdWords or Facebook Business Manager, Instagram ads, anything like that?
I did use Instagram ads for like whenever the placement opportunities that whenever the songs get placed, I'll put an ad on it so that like people around me in my city can see it. It'll say like Dallas or like how far you want the reach to go, and like so I really just put it on that. But as far as the type beats, I didn't put any promotional things on that either. I just was just uploading, just doing it that way.
So what would be your most important piece of advice that you could give a producer who's just starting out building an online beat catalog?
Just really just focus on yourself, and whenever you see other producers that like are with bigger numbers than you, like really like look at understand how their output is, and like really be inspired by it and give it a try. Maybe it may be hard in your situation, you may not have the time, but eventually if you like go against the grain, like all that hard work, and like it's gonna be tough at first for sure, but like once you get past that gap of like hard like that hard stuff, you'll eventually like see the blessings. So like I just encourage them, output, make sure you're putting out your work, make sure it's not just sitting on your hard drive, make sure it's out there.
Yeah, I wish someone had told me that 8 years ago. Anyway, how do people access your beat catalog to check your stuff out?
Just go to check out my YouTube, and there's a link in the description directly for that beat that you're listening to. Check out my Instagram, link in bio, directly to BeatStars, and every single other song that's on Apple Music or Spotify.
Okay, what is your Instagram page?
Rocktee, ROCKTEE.
Cool, man. Once again, appreciate you taking your time to sit here and very honestly share your successes and your struggles throughout this journey that you're on.
Yeah, man, no problem. I appreciate you having me here. This is a blessing to be here, and I just want to keep going, man. Thank you.